Caroline. Hello, everyone. We are on DTV channel, our decentralized television on crypto space. And today with us, very interesting and distinguished guests from all over the globe. I would like to introduce our new guest today on the DTV channel. He is for the first time with us, Marcello from Singularitynet. Hello, Marcello. How are you today?
Hi, pretty good. Thank you. Pretty good. Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure.
Okay. Thank you too. I would like to introduce yourself just in a few minutes. Just let me introduce another guest. And as usual, Rico Pang from Malaysia, from all of the rest of the world with us today. Avenger, would like to see you every time in the best mood. And Mru Patel. Mru Patel, hello to Mru. Please till Catherine do not arrive yet. I would like to start from introducing himself from Marcello Marie, and I would like to listen to you because you have the best predictions of the price of these interesting assets for the king of the asset Bitcoin as the past time you've done. Because now I would like to see in here and make the investor advisor to me personally. It knows for the others. Yeah, because I really wanted to do it. Marcello, your turn. I would like to hear from you.
Yeah, so you would like to introduce myself?
Yeah, you're the new boy here.
Absolutely, yes, no problem. So my name is Marcello, and I'm the director of communications of Singularitynet. I've been with them since 2017. So basically joined the team in August 2017, and we did an ICO in December 2017, raising 36 million in 60 seconds, which was a pretty crazy ride. After Singularitynet, I joined 2 more ICOs, which basically kept me busy for the whole 2018, one related to BankX and another one related to a crypto entertainment project from Hollywood. And then after that, I came back to Singularitynet as a director of communication. And since January, we are launching a new project in DeFi called Singularity DAO, of which I have the pleasure to be the CEO of. So I'm leading this project right now, and it's been very exciting. And this brought me to Dubai, where I'm located right now. And yeah, this is the very short intro about myself. Before this, I was a journalist. I used to write for Wired, TechCrunch, The Guardian, and was based in London for over 10 years. And now since 2017, I basically lived nomadically for all of this time, pretty much moving all over the world.
Perfect. Thank you, Mru. Please, share with us your opinion about crypto market at ease and till Catherine do not arrive. She said that she needs 10 or 20 minutes.
She's doing her makeup as usual, the red lipstick.
Yes. That's why please have a conversation between us.
Okay, let's do that.
It's so interesting.
So in the spirit of fun, Rico and me, at your last, not last, was it the last? No, the second last. The first week of January, we did a little, not side bet, but prediction of what will be Q1, all right? So I remember Rico said 45, I said 52, 55, if we are lucky, by the end of Q1. So we've passed it, but it's pulled back. And by the way, that's healthy in my view, because it gets rid of what I call the weak-hearted investors who are not the long players. And I think the whales are shaking some of these guys out, and they are buying out the weak players as well. Now, the stronger ones like us, we are seasoned Bitcoin investors, so we will not be shaken up by these whales, that is for sure. But the weaker guys who've come in, who didn't even know how to spell Bitcoin just a year ago, are going to be seeing a lot of red and get disheartened. I've seen this cycle during my .com days in Sun Microsystems in the Valley, people at even the hairdresser shops and shoe shiners talking about buying XYZ.coms and going by the wayside because they got burnt. So the same thing is happening now over the last few days actually, and even over the last 2 months, in fact, when we went from like 6,000-7,000 to 57,000, 58,000. We nearly touched that. So where do I see it going? I still stick by what I said. I think I was the biggest caller on that call to say it'll be 52, 55. So I still stick by close of Q1 at 52.55 for sure. So it's like any parabolic types of growth. So when something's parabolic, you'll get 3-4 candles go really high, and you'll get 1 or 2 come pulling down for corrections, for profit taking, right? So the margin players will be shaken out. 2, what happens is when the whales come and play this game, and now, as we know, there is at least 5 to 6 billions worth of whales in this space, really active. So when the whales play, what will happen is when you see a dump coming, all these bots kick in. So the bots go click, 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 sell, 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 and the bots accelerates it somewhat even more. So it's not just humans doing this, by the way. A lot of it is bot related as well. The humans probably play the catalyst, and all these other pump and dump signal providers, the Reddit types of scenarios, but in Telegram and WhatsApp and all these other chat groups. So that creates the dump, but then the bots kick in. So personally, I still don't think we will go below 35, even worst case scenario just now for Bitcoins, because there's a strong support at about 35. I'd like to hear Rico's view on it as well. And you owe me a trip to Penang.
My point of view is
because you lost the bet.
Well, I didn't bet a view, but it's okay. You can come to Penang too.
I'm sure you would, brother.
So anyway, I think it's a good correction. Obviously, we need to let the institution lose some money this trip down to 46,000. And right now, you see some pushing back up, coming back up. We are still not certain where the price will go, because if the price do drop past 46, we should be expecting a correction at around 26 to 24,000 US dollar. If it doesn't, then we should be expecting to go up to around 100 grand to 130 grand, which I predicted for 2021.
For the end of the year, yeah, you did.
Yep, I think, and these 2 years, today's my prediction will be the next 6 years. For the next 6 years, I can call out that there will be a 2 years of bullish year and a 4 years of bearish year in the next 6 years. So that's what we will be looking at from our point of view. This is not FA, obviously, but this is what we are looking at in the whole Bitcoin network and where we are heading. But today's price is great for us, especially when we are doing algorithm trading. It's a very good market for us today.
Absolutely. Rico, you said, the usual, the 2 years bearish, and then, of course, you cannot carry on going up.
2 years bullish. 4
yes.
years bearish.
Yeah, because you cannot sustain that sort of growth, because even in 1 year bullish, Bitcoin on itself is worth more than all the banks put together. Let's be honest, right? So it cannot sustain. And the bearish, I guess, is because, my view again, the governments, central banks, treasuries, all these guys will probably gang up. And you've heard me say before, just like the gold days when it went up, they will do the same, gang up, try and ban it, scam it, whatever. And you'll get all these haters try and derail it. Because if it hits 1 million, they will 100% want to do that even at a 500K mark. So it cannot carry on going silly like that. And it has to find a comfortable level where, okay, it's worth more than most banks, but it cannot be worth more than the whole world, right? For example.
So I think happy shopping, enjoy shopping for your last, regardless whether you would hang to 20,000 for Bitcoin. Still is a very good price to enter the market with at the moment.
I'm surprised at your 26K mark though, support. I'm surprised at your 26K support. Why so low? Why?
Because that's what we originally planned to have the price call at that price. Remember the last call we had in January?
January, right.
When the price was still at 32.
Yes.
So
you still think it will go, it could pull back?
26,000. Yeah.
You still think it would go back to 26? Or it could? It could.
It could. Like because of what the institution guys did back then, pushing price to like 38 to 40 and to 58 from then onwards. And today, I think we had to do something about it. I mean, look at what the price is going. So I think there's still resistance. They want to push it back up, but let's see how the market goes.
I've changed that to 35 now. I know we said 20 in the mid to late
December.
20s. Yeah, December. But I would still say now the support.
If they didn't break through 46,000,
yes,
that is possible. But if we break below 46,000, then the support will go all the way down to 20,000.
Okay.
That's best from our point of view. Yeah.
Perfect. Marcello, I would like to hear from you too. I don't know, do you interested in this price or do you don't care about it? Bitcoin is not in front of your interest. Please share your opinion too, because maybe it's in another kind of perspective, because we see and we know each other, try to understand what's around market and what's another perspective of the people around.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, little disclaimer, I'm a terrible trader, right? So every time I move my money, I lose money. So you shouldn't listen to me. But however, I've been in this space for quite some time, and I do watch the prices, and I invest myself, and sometimes I do trade, right? So I think that if we go to 26, it would be a disaster, to be honest. And rather than washing away the noobs, it will wash away a lot of people that have put some considerable saving into Bitcoin. So really hope this is not going to happen. Also because I don't think that we reached the level of December 2017 when you actually had, people at the grocery store, the assistant at the grocery store talking about cryptocurrency, talking about XRP, Litecoin, and Ethereum. So we're not there yet. Of course, we've seen a long tail of people coming in the last couple of weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, but I don't think we are at that point yet. Plus, we have a lot of positive news, right? So we got, well, first of all, I mean, Jack Dorsey and Grayscale, but now Elon Musk and Tesla investing in Bitcoin. So I think that the sentiment is different at this point. And so, yeah, I really hope you're not going to go down that route with Bitcoin. However, I'm excited about many other projects that are coming up into the market. And I think there is enough good technology and there is enough good talent in the crypto space outside of Bitcoin to actually call it a bear market still. A bullish market, sorry, a bull market still. So.
Do you want to give some examples? Are you talking DeFi, AI, robotics, NFTs, all that kind of markets?
Well, yeah, I mean, mostly DeFi and NFTs, what I see most exciting. And I mean, there's still a lot of possibilities to make money in this market, and for fairly sophisticated investors and that understand how the DeFi market can actually change the space. And but as I said, not just the DeFi, and as you cleverly said, also NFTs, right? So we got some very interesting NFT platforms that are currently massively undervalued. So that are actually very promising. They have good tech, they have good community. So I don't see why they shouldn't be pumping in the next 2 to 3 months. Plus, if someone actually is interested into the NFT art markets, there is a lot of money to be made there as well.
We do that.
Exactly. So I mean, if you see,
so you want to name some? You want to name some? Over here on this channel, we discuss these things.
Oh yeah. Well,
absolutely.
I actually have a massive NFT project coming up. I have a very large NFT project coming up. It's going to be a very big launch on one of the largest NFT art marketplaces, but unfortunately I cannot reveal it yet. But it's something that would involve AI and human collaboration in the artwork space, in the art industry. And again, it's going to be on a massive platform. So I'm sure you guys are going to hear about it because we're going to make a lot of noise.
So what kind of platforms do you see in the NFT space or the DeFi space going up? Because you see the Uniswaps and the Sushi's gone up significantly. Uniswap and Sushi both, from dying to now Uniswap. Okay, apart from the last 2-3 days, as with most people, but it's had similar falls like some of the other altcoins, but it hasn't disappeared. Uniswap is still almost 10x from when it
Absolutely.
started.
I mean, in the DeFi space, I mean, definitely Uniswap has the lion's share, right? I mean, and
correct, yeah.
More than SushiSwap. I mean,
yeah, more than SushiSwap.
Whatever. That's point of views.
Yeah,
but I like Uniswap. I like the people behind Uniswap. I really respect 1inch as a project, although it's making me losing a lot of money recently. But however, Curve is a massively undervalued project that I'm keeping a close eye on, and yeah, there is also the whole Polkadot ecosystem that is currently pushing like crazy. So even if Bitcoin may have a pullback, even if Ethereum is not holding on to our expectations, I think there are other projects that are worth of investors' attentions at the moment.
Guys, just let me ask
NFT space, which platform?
NFT. I mean, I think there is a lot of room for innovation. I mean, NFT is Bitcoin in 2013, right now. So there's project that's I don't know if I can make any names.
Not a project, platforms. You said platforms.
Like the likes of Rarible, for example, is one that I'm
Rarible is a very good one. Yeah, we know them.
Yeah, I think it's in the region of 80 million market caps. It's definitely a very interesting project to invest on, and the central end has been enough for long enough to promise very, very good returns. But again, I'm not a financial advisor, and I don't want to be involved.
No, none of us are.
Any trouble. But yeah, there are emerging protocols, and you have companies like Dapper Labs entering the space with both legs, and so yeah, I'm pretty bullish on those.
Yeah, same here. Good stuff. Yeah, and I always say to Rico as well, you need to diversify. Yes, there is only one Bitcoin, but you need to have a balanced portfolio, Rico.
Yeah,
you have to have some balanced portfolio for obvious reasons. We've all had a cold during other crises.
Besides being a Bitcoin maximalist.
Okay.
Sergey, go for it.
I'm quiet.
Yeah, Rico is a big Bitcoin maximalist, but he also has little side bets in other altcoins as well. but majority is Bitcoin. Now is a good time for altcoins. Yeah. I think it's alt season, by the way. There's more return on investment on alts than there is on Bitcoin. Bitcoin you must have. Bitcoin you must have.
Absolutely.
Hold for a long period.
Same as Ethereum.
Of different coins in our algorithm. So I think that's where we balance things up, and we can make a bit here and there. Ultimately, as an algorithm, the objective is to make as much profit as possible.
Absolutely. I might actually exit some of my.
But when my algorithm trades, they do whatever they need to do. From my point of view, with Mru, and we always discuss is about what the trends is on that, and where should we head for, because it will affect the rest of the altcoins anyway. Yeah.
Correct. It will.
Perfect. Guys, with us now, Catherine Ross, and I would like to introduce because she has very interesting news for us. But I have one more question for all of you about NFT tokens. Till Catherine starts to do his introduction, to do his spreading information about around the globe. Guys, what I think and what I feel that NFTs it's some kind of, I'm sorry for my words, bullshit combined in pictures and trying to make them thing on earth. I'm sorry for that, but now market about is really dead, and we are trying to refurbish it, trying to make it now digital or looks like some another way. I know that all of us really like pictures on Instagram, but why they are going to be, I don't know, stored as value in blockchain, in that very high cost platform? I don't know why and from where it started. In my perspective,
it started from you, Sergey. You posted your picture saying I'm doing my NFT.
I already done it, but no one.
I saw it.
Is the problem?
You need to change the face and do makeup. Borrow some makeup from Catherine. Borrow some lipstick, eyeshadow, rouge. It might work. You need to do something crazy.
Okay. You need to know what NFT is for and who are the people that will be crazy over it. I think most of the art people and art lovers and gamers will be all for it. So I have a partner who's crazy about collecting NFTs. And I didn't believe this, but we made a lot of profit by buying and selling NFTs. So for example, we bought a Citadel about half a year ago. And I think we easily made 25x within 6 months by just buying NFTs and selling it.
But that's the art business. It's an art business.
A game.
Yeah,
it's a Citadel in a game. It's a castle in a game.
Crazy, right?
And because of all the benefits that was designed in the game, the Citadel has its value. It's architecture in a way. So I will definitely have a chat with Marcello later because we are actually launching an NFT project that is actually a virtual game with NFTs tied into it, and we are working with different artists to design the NFTs to be featured and to be auctioned and sold. And the NFTs will add value to the game. That's how gamification works. Oh, nice.
On OpenSea.
OpenSea. Nice.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about earlier. I saw this. So Sergey, you need to borrow some lipstick from Catherine, some rouge. You know, you put it on the nose. It doesn't need to be on the nose. It needs to go on the lips.
Where is my picture? Where's my picture?
All right, Catherine, welcome.
Interruption, but it's okay. You know that we are somehow being combined, or somehow being engaged in this market. That's why for me it's very interesting. Your turn, Catherine. Welcome, she.
First of all, hi everyone. I've missed you. How have you all been? And I do have a question to Sergey. How was your trip to Dubai? Did you like it?
I know. I put my background for him. Look.
Look. Even Mru, the background, Dubai. We all love that Dubai. You know, I've been at 1 week in front of the Burj Khalifa. The tower name is the tower. On the 59th floor, I have all that perfect and gorgeous looks like, but I really get tired a little bit about. But now I get tired about the Moscow because it's cold, it's snowy, it's very, I know, it's very bad mood, and I want to back in Dubai. Marcello, please, I don't know, invite us up back to their place.
There is no please.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We're actually starting a little crypto community here at our place because we're renting in an apartment within a hotel, and there's plenty of empty apartment in here. So we're bringing all of crypto people from all over the world to work with us and to create an interesting community. So funny enough, there is a lot of interesting people flocking to Dubai in these days, also in the crypto space, and it's becoming a sort of like very engaged community, interesting, and not just the usual bullshit that you get at the event where we met.
Which building, Marcello?
It's a hotel. I don't want to reveal my location, sorry, but it's a hotel in Marina.
In Marina.
Yeah,
Marcello, you can ping me later on because I'm looking to get there in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm looking for a place where to locate where there are lots of blockchain crypto people in the building, if possible.
Yeah. That's what we're trying to do. That's what we're trying to do because the cross pollination and the idea contamination that you create when you do this community, it's massive, right? So we're gonna have Ethereum developers, we're gonna have Binance, we're gonna have all sorts of.
Yeah, I'm looking for
people from companies coming, flocking here.
If there's a raid in Dubai, I know where exactly it's going to happen.
Say it again?
If there's a raid in Dubai with all the blockchain people partying, and I know exactly where to raid them.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, yeah, for sure. I mean, there was a crypto party last night.
But in Dubai, you can't go far. In Dubai, you cannot go far.
All kinds of party people and
everything is still open, right? There was a crypto event going on tonight, and two were going on last night, and we just can't keep up, right? Someone has to do the work otherwise. Yeah, George is here. Yeah, George organizes the event that is going on tonight, and unfortunately, I cannot attend.
Always.
Yeah,
George. I've been doing this with George for 2 years. 2 years.
Okay,
we don't miss so much because I'm sure that George will come within half an hour.
As usual.
Okay, we'll see.
Usual.
Catherine,
very end. Yeah. So I just wanted to jump in and to say just a few words about NFTs because that was one of the questions that I've had.
We just covered that. You were late.
Yeah, I know, but it's sorry, it's my mom's birthday. I had to.
You know what Sergey said? It's taking you longer than 10 minutes to do your makeup.
Did you really say that?
No. You can see we have all the recordings. No. Don't ship Mru.
Okay, so I'm not gonna buy anything you say from now on, Mru. Nothing. I will trust nothing. Okay, so just to sort of chip in and to prove the point that has been raised here. There was a report that says there have been around $100 million sold of NFTs in the last 30 days. So my point is, first of all, that it is gaining momentum, obviously. Second point, that it is helping like artists and more creative people to earn money. And Mark Cuban as well, and Lindsay Lohan and all of the celebrities. But at the same time, I saw a tweet. Unfortunately, I cannot find it because it was just on my feed. But I saw a tweet from an Ethereum developer who said, "We have to admit that NFTs are just a piece of garbage." Let me put it that way, and that there are far more interesting applications of Ethereum and blockchain, such as DeFi, DAOs, and stuff like that. So my only question was, and it's a yes or no question, Mru, do you agree with that? Is like, are NFTs just a way for people to entertain themselves and this is just a temporary thing? Or this is something that is like very valuable and it has to stay because, it helps people earn money? So I'd like to start with Rico. And again, it's a yes or no question. So.
I would say that NFT is a non-fungible token which is meant for collectors.
Yes.
If you know how to use this tech to protect your IP, it's awesome tech. But to most people, it doesn't appreciate that. Then it's just another piece of shitcoin, which we see a lot in the whole market. So depending on what you're launching and what is the NFT is about and what functionalities does it have, I just shared earlier on with the group that we bought a Citadel NFT at 30 grand and we make 25x in 6 months because as the game evolved, the Citadel's functions was so significant that many people want to buy the Citadel for its function and his return on investment. And the next guy who's going to buy the Citadel is going to buy at 50x. So that is why it's so interesting that it's all up to the architect, structure and design, the NFT's function, and it's up to the creativity and innovations of the people. So NFTs as a non-fungible token can be used as just an NFT, and it's cost a lot of money, like what Sergey said, to even launch a NFT because it's actually a full load of value in it, But many people didn't know that you can actually insert so much function and functionalities and data points into it that make it so attractive. So I think in game world, that will be the ideal thing, and in the art collection as well, because it could be a digital art that I have a actual original piece, and I like to monetize and let 100 people, 1,000 people collect this digital art and use them in the virtual world, and I can split it, and you can own a fraction of my art in your place, and it's originated and it's protected and it's real. So I think it depends how we use this tech, really.
Oh, okay. Thank you for a very valid point. Marcello, is it Marcello or Marcello? I'm meeting you for the first time.
No, Marcello.
Marcello. Okay. Yeah. So first of all, nice to meet you. And can you just chip in a little bit about the value of NFTs? Is it just a momentum thing, or is it something that is more of a here to stay sort of thing?
No, it's absolutely here to stay. I think it's one of the most promising killer application of blockchain, to be honest, and it's something that the community has been talking about for quite a large time. I remember the very first time that I heard about blockchain, and I was still struggling to understand what it was at that time. I was writing for TechCrunch, so I was interviewing people and trying to get a sense of the whole blockchain community movement. And my first thought was that blockchain could have been an amazing tool to secure the properties of digital images online. And then 3 years later, it actually happened. I attended an Ethereum meetup where Vitaly was speaking. Sorry, I need to shut down my Telegram, otherwise I go crazy. I attended a meetup, an Ethereum meetup, where Vitalik was talking, and he was so excited about NFTs, and this was 2 years ago. So definitely it's something that is here to stay, and I think it's the only way that art can actually meet the online world. Otherwise, it would be impossible, right? I mean, you can easily copycat anything online. So if you want to certify the property of actually a collectible, the only way to do it is NFT. And as Rico cleverly said before, I think the gigantic untapped market for NFT is still gaming, right? And company like Engine, the Decentraland, and Apple Labs are coming into the gaming space. Imagine the audience of Fortnite, for example, able to trade weapons as NFTs. I mean, that's a market so big that I cannot even imagine, right? So definitely we are at the very beginning. We are in 2013 for Bitcoin, as I said, in the NFT world.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and then just to your point, that there is an NBA Top Shot that was sold for $63 million. So
yeah, and I'm gonna tell you in 3 weeks' time, and I'm gonna take a bet here. I'm gonna make the largest NFT sale ever.
That's a bold statement.
It is. It is. You will see. Give me 3 weeks, and you guys are gonna hear about this.
Yeah, send me a press release. Okay, Mru, your turn.
Yeah. So that was a very long yes or no question, but
But I'm not rude.
we touched on this, and I was on another session before Sergey's session here, and I liked what Marcello touched on as well. And I was saying the trick is, and I collect paintings as well, and have been for 30, 40 years, and do my own creative versions of paintings as well. However, it's one-off canvas pieces, and some of them are 2 meters big, 1 meter wide, and things like that. This takes up a lot of storage. There's only X size of houses you can keep. The world is going digital. The world likes to own paintings, arts, and things that they know it will not be replicable. And, the guys touched on it. Everyone likes to replicate a Mona Lisa, Picasso, Monet, whatever, right? In this world, you cannot be doing that. It's not possible. There is one and only one. Even though it's as you say, a shit crypto kitty or a crypto punk or something that nobody understands. But if you're in a gaming world, or if you're in a world where each one, like Rico was saying, has an identity and a presence as part of a game, it's created a value. And these gamers have crazy values on some of these things when it's part of a gaming ecosystem, that you need to buy CryptoPunk Rico version 1.0 to go and fight Mru version 2.0 with guns supplied by Marcello version 5.0, things like that. So all these items come into a story, and people play and pay for it in digital currency, and they want to own the thing digitally. They can't be blastering all these paintings or pictures or something in their games room or wall. So that's where the world is going. Second thing is, a lot of the art collectors, so I'm talking traditional art collectors now, right, who have high value pieces. If you think about it, and I know so many of these guys, and I won't name the names, but I know 2 of my friends in Mumbai have tons of millions of worth art, and I mean tons of million, probably a billion's worth, okay? But they collect it in art. So what people who are ultra high net worth individuals do is they buy property and they buy art. Why? Because they can hide their bloody money. Let me be honest with you. They can hide their bloody money because you can't tax them on that shit, right? And they bought it and you can't tax them. Now it's digital. So A, you can't tax them on their digital money, and B, you can't tax them on their digital art. Who knows who's got what and how much they are worth? So think about it. That's where the craze is. Forget about what it looks like. So I'm looking at it from a collector's point of view. Big artists who have, billions worth of art paintings in a collection, storage space, story, part of a game, and guaranteed it's only going to be one. No one's going to copy it. And not to worry about insurance costs, storage costs, warehousing costs, and all these other things that they have to worry about. And it's going to be there till history dies because it's in the ledger, in the blockchain. And that's the reason.
Okay, so you've mentioned several paintings that people always like to replicate. I'd like to replicate Malevich, the black square. I think just because
The black square.
I cannot paint, so this is going to be the only thing that I could do. But thank you. Yeah, I actually love that idea that it's also a way to hide bloody money.
Yeah, you Russians will love this.
I'm not Russian.
No, I meant Sergey. I was saying, yeah, you're Ukrainian. Sorry.
No, I'm Belarusian. Okay, the show is over. Bye.
Bye.
Okay.
You took your time. What happens when you come late?
My mom's birthday is important.
Happy birthday to Catherine's mom.
Thank you. Thank you. You're very rude. Okay.
Shall we sing happy birthday for her live?
No, she's not here. I'm in the other apartment.
Okay.
I had to get out of there. So the only thing that I actually want to talk to you about is obviously market crash. Market crash. Yes, I have a lot of thoughts on this. The first one is obviously everything is crashing. Let me just walk you briefly what's happening in the market.
We talked about that before you came as well, by the way.
Well, I didn't, so just deal with it. No, but I mean, I do have just a couple of questions. I'm not sure that you have touched them, right? So, as we have seen previously in the previous years, there is such a thing called March crash, right? Did you talk about that as well? Okay.
Implied.
So we have experienced crashes like that in March, which is a typical behavior for markets, for the crypto markets, apparently, right? So there is an analyst note that says that this year the market is more prepared, and this note was published 2 days ago, right before the market crashed. So first of all, the question to you, I'm not sure if you've covered that. Sorry, I did not watch that before I joined. So do you think that this correction is going to go bigger, right? Will we see bigger corrections and the price is going to go lower, or this is just a temporary thing? And what actually stands behind this? That's the question. Don't tell me that Musk cashed out, or do if you believe that. And yeah, so this is like the two questions that I have. So first of all,
we covered that. Yeah, we covered that. So watch the video, Catherine. Or we can do it in summary for you. We do summary for you, darling, because you're so lovely.
Okay, Catherine, finish your question and then we'll answer.
Summary.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What did you say?
That was a question. What do you think? Do you think one of the whales? Do you think one of the whales did something? Tell us about it. And why do you think it crashed?
I can add some point to that. So many people didn't know there was actually 7,000 Bitcoin that left the major exchanges.
Mm-hmm.
Recently,
yeah,
and that USDT was on the news because of the SEC drama, but all these are bullshit, because the fact is these are all distortions that we want to create for the institutional market so that we can fuck them up in a way. So there you go, we crash the market so that the institution guys should know that shouldn't go against the whole Bitcoin network people in the crypto space, and they can't just keep on pushing the way they push it, and there has to be a correction. And I mentioned earlier on that this is how we show them how we do things.
The question is it somehow correlated with what Dow Jones and S&P and NASDAQ are experiencing?
No, we touched on that. We said that all these big guys, they think they are in control. What happens is, and something else I touched on is, you get a few whales dumping to play the games, to try and fight, and the bots kick in and the bots start trading. So it goes down to a certain point, but then the community is so big, and we talked about support, the community supports it. So the community is so big that they'll say, if it hits this, we will come in and buy up. We will come in and buy up. So that the whales cannot get the Bitcoins anymore. Do you understand? There's only X amount of Bitcoins, so the whales won't be able to buy it. So what the community do, and by far the majority is held by the community, to stop the whales you can't stop them playing. But when they do this by dumping and the bots kick in to go further down, so they think they will buy in cheap in the big dip, then the community comes in and buys at the lower levels. People who trade and people who wait for a certain support level to kick in. The other thing we talked about is what the support might get to. So in summary, what we said, I said it will be between 35, 37. Rico thinks if it goes below 46, then it will probably even touch 26. Correct, Rico? Yeah. So I think if it goes below 46, I think it will touch 35. I don't think it'll go below 35, even if it goes below 46.
Okay. So there is just a new sort of piece of news coming in right now, and I'm sure you have not touched that because it's been out just like for a couple of minutes. So MicroStrategy CEO just went on CNBC and was talking about Bitcoin, obviously, and he said that in his opinion, Bitcoin will be a 100 trillion market. So, I think one of the reasons he might have said that because we are in a bit of a dip, so he just needs the price to go up. But let me just read out his quote. He said, okay, that's bullshit. Okay, so once the crypto market gets to 10 trillion, its volatility will be dramatically less. As it marches toward 100 trillion, you're going to see the growth rate fall, volatility fall, and it's going to be a stabilizing influence in the entire financial system of the 21st century. He did not specify the time frame of when.
We did. We covered that.
You mean for when it's going to cover 100 trillion?
Okay, so let me summarize that as well. So what we touched on between Rico and me, we were debating how far it will go, okay? So what we said is, if it carries on, and Rico pointed out, for 2 years, he sees a bull run. I see a bull run as well, so we agreed on that. And then it will stable out. And what we said, and the deduction of that is, even today, Bitcoin is worth more than a lot of the big banks, okay? Mm-hmm. So if it carries on a bull run, it will be worth more than every bank on the planet. It cannot carry on going on forever to be bigger than the whole planet. So it will then correct and stable out. So what is that time period? Between 2 and 5 years. And then what I also suggested is that's when the governments will come in and start putting regulations, bans, and all of these things to try and stop it. Because they cannot see a 1 million plus Bitcoin valuation. It's like what happened in gold in the 1930s, where US government couldn't have all the gold, so they banned people buying it to then buy it for themselves in the treasury to create the treasuries. And then after the Roosevelt Act in the 75 or whatever it was, or 84, when they opened it all up, that's when people could start trading gold, and that's why it went up so high. So they see the same thing happening here. It's a store of value that everybody wants, not controlled by any government, like gold wasn't controlled by any government, and Bitcoin isn't controlled by any government. So exactly that could happen should Bitcoin hit even 500,000 in my view, but let's say 1 million, because that's worth more than every bank out there, right? They can't have that. Governments cannot have that. You can imagine, I can just see the look on Biden's face. He'd probably have a heart attack, but but all these other players thinking we don't all have a job anymore. You see, so that's where it goes to.
Mm-hmm.
Earlier on, I did mention that we will have a bullish year for 2 years in the crypto space, and then we'll have 4 years of bearish market after that.
Okay. So the question is, and I'm sure you have touched this before, a couple of episodes before. You've said your predictions, that we're going to see this year, and I'm sure you know the former White House official who has started his own Bitcoin venture fund, Sky Capital, Anthony Scaramucci. So he said a couple of days ago that he believes the Bitcoin price will touch 100 K this year. So this is a yes or no question. Yes or no? Do you still believe that?
It's too low.
Yes, I believe that.
It'll
And
be
it will go up
150.
to 100 to 130K range.
Yeah.
That's what we think all-time high. I think Mru has touched 150K.
Yeah.
Okay.
Guys, let to speak Marcello too, because he is a table trader.
Yeah. Sorry,
Yes, he's just
Marcello.
No, I'm a terrible trader. I think
He's a terrible trader. He had the
Yeah,
escape clause.
When, please give me the right dates, even just, I know, plus minus 10 days, it's okay.
Marcello is working out the AI program, how to calculate this to create a trading bot now.
Well, that's basically, I mean, that's what we're doing with Singularity DAO, right? So we're
I know.
creating
That's what
indexes
I said.
with the DAO. So it's very similar, and I have other people actually coding it for me. What was the question, please? Sorry.
The
Prediction.
Yes about 100K hidden this year. Based on what Mru and Rico said previously on the show, not today, but I mean like previously a couple of episodes ago, and also Anthony Scaramucci, the former White House staffer, said this like a couple of days ago. So do you think yes or no?
Oh yes, absolutely.
Okay, and then I do have a question to Mru. There is this billionaire investor from India that his surname I cannot pronounce, but his name is Rakesh. I'm not sure if you know who I'm talking to. I think it's okay. So I don't want to like offend anyone, but it's Junjunwala. What is
Junjunwala?
Junjunwala. So today he actually also said that India should step in and ban Bitcoin forever. And this is the speculation of the highest order. And he doesn't want this in any town. And so this is like a question specifically to you, because I'm sure that you know or might be familiar with, specifics of the regulations. Because I've heard from my staff, from our staff writer, she said that this guy's terrible. I don't know that. So what are we thinking, Mru?
I'll tell you what it is. So this guy is not in the modern day world in terms of being an entrepreneur. He's your Warren Buffett style person, okay? Mm-hmm. So think about it. All his assets, and I'm trying to find out what he's worth 3.2 billion just now, okay? Mm-hmm. Okay? And what he does is manage assets, okay? So now think what's happened in COVID times. If you have office buildings, things like that, hotels, all of that, what's happened to that business? It's destroyed. Let's be honest. People are working from home. There are empty spaces going for nothing these days, okay? Mm-hmm. And they are going to have to do something with it, okay? And I've been in the real estate investment business for 20 odd years, right? So I'm very big on the asset-backed and tokenized asset projects. This guy hasn't got his head around it. So his whole business is at risk just because of this digitization side of wealth creation. Imagine if even 20% of his investors leave. Only 20%. If 20% of his investors leave, all his real estate and asset-based portfolio that is leveraged, okay, so it'll be leveraged with finance. So now it's 20% going to 40%. So now you're 40% of a real estate portfolio. If we take on a 60-40 loan to value proposition from the banks, he's already minus because the market price of the properties come down. Yeah. So he's already in negative equity just because of this. So he's negative equity right now. Do you think he's going to promote that? Of course not, because everyone's jumping out and coming there. So be it in NFTs or Bitcoin or farming or staking, even the farming and staking gives them better returns than what he would. He would give 4-5% returns on people's real estate for yield plays, for office yield plays. You can do it in your sleep in our space. So why would they want to stick into real estate just now? When you can't get tenants, And India, the second part of your question is what's happening with the law. They are trying to ban it for two reasons. majority, when I say majority, I mean more than 80% of people in India don't pay any tax. They don't pay any tax. So they are looking to create an Indian version of the digital rupee, like the Chinese yuan digital version, to control it in the blockchain so they can manage it, monitor it, make sure who pays what tax, how much income tax they earn, la 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 la, right? So with India doing that, and there is a law, the bill hasn't passed yet, the act is being proposed, and they've been talking about it for ages, that no Indian citizen is allowed to own any crypto. They've been trying to do this for ages. So that is stupid, because if you think if 80% don't pay, where do the rest put their money? Swiss bank accounts and things like that. And where do they also put it? They put it in crypto. All right. So they are trying to break that whole model up of all this black money and Havala business. Havala business started in India. Okay, the word Havala means Indians. All right, they all started.
Are you kidding or are you serious?
No, it's serious. It's serious. Havala is Indian name, and that's why the Indians went to Mauritius, Seychelles, Dubai, where it's zero tax, to create these businesses for gold, diamond, Havala trade. Plus just sending money up and down, transfer fees and Western unions are bloody today's business. Havala is going on for a century plus, okay? Century plus without any technology.
What we're talking, Marcello says he has to go, and
yeah, unfortunately, sorry, I got a couple of meetings to attend and a lot of people pressing me from all the communication channels. So it was great to talk to you guys.
Marcello, great.
Again. And Mru, if you
can, I will ping you. I will ping you on
absolutely.
Ping me on LinkedIn.
Let's connect. Yes, you can find me
WhatsApp.
Online. Nevermind_AI on Telegram, or Marcello Mari on all the.
What are you on Telegram? What are you on Telegram?
And now everybody's gonna know.
No, I've got it. And actually, I've got it.
Yeah, I can write it in the chat. All right.
Yeah, just write it in the chat. Just write it in
Thank
the
you,
chat.
guys.
Nice to see you. Nice to see you, buddy.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So
does it answer your question, Catherine? Why the mechanics of India is like that? So this guy and quite a few others, by the way, because they are from the opposite party, who want this to happen to protect themselves. And India is the worst. I'm an Indian origin person, is the worst for creating wealth for the poor. They really are bad. You think there is racism and BLM and all that. Indians are more racist within the Indians than the others. Really bad. Sorry to call them out like this, being an Indian, but that's how it is. I'm giving you straight up. So they want the rich to stay rich, and they don't want the poor to go up too much, because then they can have their chauffeurs, gardeners, cooks, servants by the tens and hundreds for a low price.
That is very depressing, actually.
It's very horrible.
Yeah. It's very sad that we have to live in this world still with such principles.
But it's improving. It's got the highest middle class in the world, by the way. So there is an upside as well.
You mean highest by income in terms of?
Yeah. The middle class, relatively speaking, is 300-odd million, 350 million per any country. That's what I meant in percentage terms.
So the last kind of thing that I wanted to discuss with you is we didn't get to discuss it with you guys because we didn't have shows for a few weeks. And I'm sure you have heard about it. You have discussed it everywhere. And I'm talking about, obviously, Tesla's investment in Bitcoin. But my question is not about specifically that. But that week, 2 weeks ago, when on Monday, the Tesla disclosed with the SEC that they have invested $1.5 billion in Bitcoin. And then Elon went further and said that it was, when he was asked on Twitter, why not Dogecoin, right? He said that, Tesla does not mean me. We have other people. So it was like a collective decision. And then that week, Uber CEO and Twitter CFO on different days went on CNBC and talked about putting companies' money or putting crypto on their balance sheets or part of treasury, right? So what Uber CEO said is that they are considering to add Bitcoin and or cryptocurrency as a way of payment, right? So you could pay for your ride with cryptocurrency, but they're not in speculative business, and so they're going to stick to cash, and are not considering to add cryptocurrency to their balance sheet. What Twitter CFO said is that they have been receiving quite a lot of requests from their vendors and employees to get paid in Bitcoin and or cryptocurrency, and they are considering this option. So my question to you is actually a lot more corporate than you might have thought. Do you think, and I know that your guys are bullish, right? But do you think, especially given what we're seeing today with Elon Musk losing over $15 billion overnight personally, and Tesla stock, just like drowning down today, is it responsible yet to put that much money, or any money for that matter, of your corporate money and assets in crypto in your balance sheet? So would you do, you would definitely do that, but for publicly traded companies, for, big corporations and serious businesses that have been in business for a while, do you think that this is responsible to put that much money, that much of your company's money, operational income in crypto?
Yeah. I've been asked this many times, but Rico, do you want to take this, and then I will add to what you say? I can answer it if you want.
So I would just put a short one. I think the companies are, just hedging their value of US dollar into something else, because anyhow they know that the value US dollar would not be performing as well as other, for example, Bitcoin. So I think it makes sense that they will hedge in something to increase your value of assets over the time rather than US dollar. I think it's confidence towards their own US dollar currency, where they have a track record on seeing how Bitcoin has come along as a good store of value. Obviously, he's not going to put those money into Dogecoin. That liquidity putting into Dogecoin, I think will, probably no one else will buy Dogecoin. He can just control the whole Dogecoin price. So it makes sense for him to do that for sure. And obviously, yes.
Is it justified though? So you're saying that they're losing trust in the US dollar, right? It is losing its positions in the world, especially after Trump. But is it justified given the volatility that we have seen in the past 36 hours? You're putting your company's money at stake, not your own. That's what I'm asking.
So shall I give you my corporate view, having worked 20 years in the IT major blue chips like Sun Microsystems, Siemens, IBM, all these blue chip companies? I've worked there, and I know what they do with the money as well. Every large corporate, they have a stockpile of money, and my ex-colleague at Sun became CEO, Chairman Eric Schmidt at Google. Everyone puts a small amount of their cash and hedges it. Sitting in a bank collecting cobwebs is a waste of money as well. So they've got to take a calculated risk. So if you're making, for argument's sake, and I don't want to name him out, but Oracle does similar things as well. Shouldn't name him out. But what happens is, say you make 50% profit, okay? And some of these companies make more than 50% net profit, okay? You take away your operating costs, you take away your venture capital stuff, you take away your salaries, you take away your provisions, you take away all these things, and you're still left with some money, okay? Typically, that's 15% or so for these types of corporations in the tech industry, okay? So 15% of whatever they make, roughly, and even for the smaller one, if it's less than 10%, it is net profit from which the shareholders have a slice of or to pay dividends, okay? So what they do is to say, you know what, I'm going to put this bit in and hedge 1%, 0.1% into a currency like Bitcoin or a hedge fund or an investment fund or things like that. Because the banks, when you give it, what do you think the banks are doing when they sit with your money? What do you think they're doing? They're hedging against your money. Swift and all these 2-3 days delays, what do? That's exactly, it's called factoring types of businesses. They take your money that you've put in there, they factor on it through all sorts of leveraged ways, 1 times 10, 1 times 100, and they factor it out. Overnight, they make a lot of money. So even the banks are doing it. So what Elon Musk is doing, I mean, totally Really, he is being exactly what my mantra has been for 10 years. Be your own bank manager and be your own wealth manager. Okay? And what blockchain and crypto is doing is enabling you to be your own wealth manager and be your own bank manager. Because the banks are doing that. They pay you 0.01% if you're lucky. Why does he need 0.10% when he knows in a year's time, whatever happens to Bitcoin, overall, even if he trades for 3 months and gets 20% out of it, fine, he's made money, right? So, and he's not exposing the whole company's reserves. He's only exposing, even if it's 1% or 0.1%, it's a lot of money.
It is. It is actually a lot of
1% or 0.1%. In my view, I call that clever management.
Wow. Sergey, I know what we have to do. We have to bring on somebody who's very, very bearish on the entire crypto system.
Oh, yes.
Get this fire started, because we have bulls here. We have
No. I'm bearish as well. That's why I diversify my portfolio. That's why I diversify.
What do you
I was trying to go.
Yeah, that's why I do gold as well.
You know, guys, we have to find the banker with huge amount of money. I think he's going to be bullish and he's going to be bearish and say, guys, you are doing so many bullshit on this market.
No,
and
it's true. Have you ever heard? Have you heard of Rubini?
Oh, that's what I was going to say.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So Rubini is in one of my channels, and I tell you, if you listen to him, it's hilarious. Because he's like, again, the Warren Buffetts of the world, people stuck in old days in denial. They are in denial that this thing is not happening. It's not that they are clever, I'm sorry to say. They're clever in traditional markets, traditional economies. And I had a classic with an ex-colleague of mine from Sun Microsystems from the early Java days, okay? And he's now left and became a politician, and he's a politician in the Green Party, in UK. He's a minister in the Green Party. I won't name the names. So I have a debate on Facebook with him all the time. So every time there's a bad news about Bitcoin, 3 days ago, I had one saying, Mru, what's your comment? Bitcoin farming takes up more than, I don't know which country, he says, energy consumption of this whole country.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that was a long debate. So I can give you the pluses and minuses. So I said, okay, so Bitcoin did that. Now, if you look at China, India, America, look at how much energy is consumed or burned through other things.
Oh, yeah.
If you didn't have digital money, you would have truckers, security men going to banks, picking money up, taking it somewhere. You would have people removing it from ATMs, cash, taking it, cleaning it. You would have bankers, you'd have offices, you'd have people going into offices, you'd have offices being heated up, all these things. That's energy. Now what this is doing is cutting all that stuff from energy. So you can't say mining is doing it. And by the way, Bitcoin is energy hungry on mining, but don't say all cryptocurrency is energy hungry, because you don't know about cryptocurrencies. Not all cryptocurrencies are so energy hungry.
I think just a lot of people are trying to choose bad news and bring them to you. Like, this, I told you this is bad.
Humans love it. Humans love that, right?
Yeah.
Us humans love that.
Yeah. So to sum up a little bit, NFTs are here to stay. We're going to see 100K this year. Catherine has been late, and this is very, very bad.
Sorry for giving you a hard time, but I'm joking, right? I'm joking.
No, I'm actually hurt. I'm going to cry out there.
I'll send you some tissues.
Even now you're being mean. Okay. So, and then what else? Elon Musk has done a great job of being
sensible.
And everybody should explore. Every company might be interested in exploring this opportunity as putting your money in different crypto assets. What else? And Bitcoin mining is not damaging the planet. Everything we do damage the planet. That's pretty much it.
Well done.
Yeah.
You finally, guys, what I see, and I have spoken of this so many times, the huge scammer on earth is human being. I'm
Correct.
sorry for that, but
Correct.
it really looks like that way.
Correct.
Yeah.
You know, humans are the worst.
Yeah,
Are
we
the
are.
worst.
Yes. So Sergey, are we gonna, are we back on Tuesdays? Is that what we're doing?
Yes, for sure. I'm sorry, yes, for having not so big delay because I've been in Dubai in that perfect place. Yes, I would like to be there once more time, but I really miss all of you.
You can stop the recording, and I want to have a chat with you about Dubai. What you thought of it? Stop the recording.
Okay, guys.
Yeah.
Now we have to finalize. If you don't mind, we have to finalize this event. I want to say goodbye and good to see next Tuesday is Monday. Tuesday, yes, next Tuesday on a No Bullshit show, and we are going to spread our no bullshit ideas and information with you. Would like to see you next week. See you. Bye bye.
Thank you guys for watching.
Yeah.
See ya later.
Everyone.
Okay, stop recording.
That's
and then
it. Yes. Now we